Sorry about the construction sounds in the background. Let's take a look at this creating lines activity that we're going to do. This is our barn that we're making, and we're going to add a tree trunk and then a couple of branches. We're going to add a line all the way across the bottom here, and we're going to finish out this window and draw some barn doors. So let's start doing it. First of all, I do have my instructions open. I'd recommend, guys, whenever you're working on this stuff, you definitely want to have your instructions open. Here are mine. I just have them over to the side because I don't want y'all to, I want you to be able to see my screen of what I'm doing. So that's why my instructions are not completely visible, but I am using them. I suggest you do the same. I am first going to need to get my line segment tool, which is right over here in the toolbar. Remember, hold your cursor over any icon and you will eventually get a GIF that shows you what that tool does. I'm going to select that line segment tool and I'm going to draw a line from about the center of the tree leaves there. I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to draw down to the bottom of those houses. And you can see my smart guides. I'll undo it and show you again. You can see my smart guides are showing me what I'm aligned with, so I know how to do that. Next, I will first go right back to my selection tool every time. And over on the right-hand side in the appearance, in the properties panel under appearance, you can see stroke. And we just want to increase that stroke size to 2. And I'll zoom in on it so you can see it a little bit closer. There is my tree trunk. I'm going to get my line segment tool again, and this time I'm just going to draw a couple of branches off of it to give it kind of a cool, funky look. There's my tree. I'm going to select this trunk, and I'm going to hit Command-C to copy it, or I'm going to go to Edit, Copy, and then I can hit Command-V, or go to Edit and select Paste. And there's my line segment right there. I'm going to rotate it so that it's horizontal. So I'm just going to grab one of the ends here, hold shift, and just kind of drag it over. And then I'm going to move it to the bottom, and I want to line it up with the length of this art. So I'm going to grab it there. I'm going to grab it on this side. I am holding shift as I drag until it lines up. So now there is my line that's going to go across the bottom there. Once I have the line across the bottom, I want to change the weight of the stroke to 16 points. So with it selected, you can see I have it selected here. I go over here to stroke, click the drop-down menu, and then I go down to 16 point. Next, they want us to make it orange. So with the stroke still selected, I click on the stroke color, and I click on that orange. I'll use that orange. No, I like the red or orange. There we go. All right, now that I have that in place, my last thing to do is just finish up these windows. So I'm going to zoom in on the windows. I'm going to get my line segment tool, make my stroke 1 point, and I'm going to change the color of the stroke right here to white. And now I just move my cursor to the top of the window in the middle, hold shift, and you can see my smart guides are telling me when I'm centered. Click, hold shift, and drag across just like that. There's my second window. And now I'm just going to use the line segment tool to draw my barn doors. Starting at the bottom, hold shift, drag up. You know, they're barn doors. They're probably pretty big. Click and drag over there. I'm using my smart guides to tell me when I'm aligned. And I click and drag there. And then one last line in the middle to make it look like a door. And there it is. There is your creating lines activity.